Hi Cancer, I'm Ashley with Divine Vibes Tarot, here to bring you your Divine Vibes for January 2025. I haven't been around for a little while, and I'm sorry about that. Just had some things going on, needed to collect myself. Actually, I was totally distracted, and the messages just kept like piling up and piling up and piling up, and I thought, holy moly, I gotta get these messages out. So now I am here to give you your messages. So far, you have the second chakra archangel Ariel, which, by the way, is like your creative, sexual energy. The next card out is the door to romance. So Cancer's getting busy in January. Woohoo! You could already have a committed relationship or trying to establish one. Messages for Cancer. It's definitely something you're contemplating. You're in your thoughts about this. Thinking about the best strategy. Yes. Okay. So you have the thinking woman. You have strategy. Caring connections. And the garden and the gate. So the garden and the gate is really about leaving a comfort zone, you know, with a door to spirit and man holding a heart at the bottom of the deck with a contract. Woohoo! Are you about to go on a journey of love, Cancer? My. Okay, let's clarify some of this. So, like I said, second chakra is about your creativity. That's your sexual energy, your reproductive organs. How does this? It says more light required. I think there's plenty of light. It's just my perception. I feel like you're someone I can talk to. I've always loved Cancer energy. Some of my favorite people are Cancers. So I see you in Capricorn season. There's a little bit of heaviness around trying to get away from something that you can't decide if it's toxic or if it's just like really intense chemistry. You're like wanting to take away any deception around this. Like you're really looking at this like, can I clarify this enough to know that I'm not making a terrible decision? And then I see the Wheel of Fortune coming in to sort of shift that energy for you and give you strength to make the right decision so that you can go back to focusing on what's really important. Definitely a light shining on partnerships so you can move forward in a positive energy. You may have felt a little apathetic recently and like a little disconnected from your heart. You're disconnected from your heart and still trying to maintain your relationships. Like, it's almost like your heart is on pause And that's what you're trying to do with your relationships. Like I know I can't access my heart right now. I know I can't tell you how much you mean to me in this moment, but can you wait for me? Can you wait a couple weeks? Like maybe you have something going on. Maybe there's something to the side that's really stressing you out. And that's why you're like, I don't mean to ignore you or to disregard your feelings. I don't want you to feel that way, but can you just give me a minute so that I can come back refreshed? Door to romance. Let's clarify door to romance. Just make sure you're accessing your creativity, you're using your creativity, whether that be, I think of Cancers as like bakers or cooks, right? Because your energy is in the home. I once dated a Cancer who was amazing. But cooking, like in the kitchen, making tea, always making like new foods. Door to romance, I see you taking, wow, interesting. I see you on a journey that's already started, but it still feels like you're in the beginning stages where you're really learning about either a relationship or situations like in their beginning stages, what makes a really strong foundation. And you're wanting to take the time to really look in all the cracks and crevices to make sure that this foundation is filled with good things, is filled with happiness, is filled with truth and honesty and stability. You're wanting to suss out any sort of like deceptive energies because you want to know that this is going to go long term, and you have learned your lessons in the past. You do not want to learn those again. So you're relying heavily on your intuition to make sure that if anything is not exactly where you want it to be in a specific relationship or connection, that you can deal with it and move and keep moving forward. You want to make sure there's reciprocity. You've manifested all this. You've done a lot of work in this situation. And I see you wanting to do it because you are wanting to avoid your heart getting broken. But Cancer, I don't know that we can avoid that. And one thing I will tell you is in a meditation, I saw a shaman once when I was younger, and I did what I thought was going to be a past life regression, and that's not what ended up happening. I ended up seeing like seeing all kinds of things, but it was not a past life regression. Anyway, one of the things I learned while I was doing that was that once we leave this life, we can't experience pain the way we can here. We can't experience heartbreak the way we can here on earth, on this plane. So as much as we avoid it, it's really a gift. It's really a gift that we can only have while we're here. And if we try to avoid it, you know, it's just gonna keep coming for us. We're just gonna keep. I'm gonna move this a little bit. We're just gonna keep. It's gonna come for us no matter what, basically. And like I said, it's a gift. It really is a gift. We don't feel that while we're here, but it really is. Just like, you know, sometimes relationships that don't work out, we think, oh, it's terrible in the moment that it's ending. And then you look back 6 months later and you're like, oh God, thank God that's over with, you know? So it's really a gift. But I do see you, like meticulously building the foundation of your romantic relationships, which is beautiful. just don't be too hard on yourself if you still experience some pain. You still have to learn lessons, and we learn through pain. Clarify the thinking woman for Cancer. This gives me Earth energy vibes, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Definitely Virgo with the butterfly on here. So transformation energy, studying. You could be really reading into a topic, specifically about spiritual enlightenment, spiritual expansion, wanting to get to another level in your spiritual quest, in your, spiritual health. And remember, we have Door to Spirit at the bottom of the deck, so that makes sense. I wish it would focus. There we go. Beautiful. There's something about purity here in your stability. Trying to have a pure heart, pure intentions, pure energy moving forward. This could also have to do with your finances, with your work. Communication with your higher self around which direction to move in. Excuse me, confirmation sneeze. I think for a long time you were kind of on like a hamster wheel, moving very quickly. And this is a time for you to really reflect on your experiences of the past in relationships, in commitments of any kind, jobs, friendships, family relationships. And I see you wanting to be really in touch with yourself before extending yourself out to other people. Because like I said, you want to manifest this like really nice foundation. So it's almost like a pullback. So you can let go of the things that no longer serve you from a place of centered, grounded energy. And then allowing the energy to move forward in a more settled, stable, calm direction. There's something that I see recently that may have ended that you were excited ended. You wanted this to end. It opened up a lot of choices for you. One of those choices may have been a little painful. But I see you, it's like a hot stove. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like I could touch this, but I know it's going to hurt. And so you really had to, think, where am I deceiving myself? Is this really a healthy choice for me? I don't think so. I'm going to go in another direction. And I think the choice you ended up making was one that brought you a lot of happiness and victory. There's definitely still some grief, but you need that grief to gain clarity in some situations. I'm hearing that. Celebrate good times, come on. You know, there's a party going on. I don't know all the words, but strategy. On this card, it says journey log. So remember I said you're going to take a journey with someone, right? That was you. Yeah. That's crazy. A journey of love. So maybe this is someone you've been with for a while. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, stepping it up a little bit, deepening your connection. Either making it official or bringing them around to a family event, or I'm sorry, something just popped into my head. I'm trying to do something. Yeah, a level up, a deepening of a commitment. There's a little bit of that, like, my way or the highway energy here. So just, I know you're being very meticulous with how you're building this, and being very careful about what you're allowing into this foundation. But it may not be perfect, and it shouldn't be perfect. And remember, when you're building, you want to build with someone. So you want to allow their own spin on things. And there could be a third party pulling on this, and I don't think it's like, you know what I mean? It's not like someone cheating. It's not like that. When I say third party, I mean like a mother, a father, a friend being like, well, are you sure? But they don't see, they're hearing from your person, their perspective, and they're not seeing that your intention is to try and create the most solid foundation that you can. And they're not aware of your intention. So I wouldn't worry about it, but just be aware that, like, that third energy, you might feel that a little bit. Could be hiking with someone, going to watch a sunrise on a mountain, or maybe if you're proposing on a mountain. And this truth is unavoidable. Whatever this truth is, this could also be like communication from source, the divine, whatever you believe in, signs, synchronicities, things that you need to let go of, clarifying what you need to let go of in order to move forward away from the fear, right? You want to feel established. You want to feel like you're making progress. You don't want to hold on to this fear. You don't want to create something out of fear. Don't make decisions out of fear. Don't make decisions out of overthinking. Because there's an offer that brings a lot of happiness, but because your fear is overriding your system at times, you may, one, not see this offer, or two, think it's not going to add to your experience and pass on it, when it's actually a gift from the divine. course it will come back, but I still see you overthinking it. I don't know what that means. It will come back again. So maybe it's like, I don't know. So you may have had this non-committal energy in the past because you're afraid of getting hurt, and I see you letting that go. I see you wanting to put some roots down. I see you wanting to move forward. And so your strategy might be to say, I don't want a commitment, and see where it goes. But just be aware that when you tell that to somebody, they use that as how they build their foundation, which is why if there's a third party energy pulling on you, a relative of theirs or a friend of theirs, they're going to say, they told you they didn't want a commitment. Why are you thinking otherwise? And your intention is not clear in that situation. You're wanting a commitment, but you're saying something different. So I would be very honest. If you want to build this foundation in a meticulous way, then rather than saying, I don't want a relationship, maybe you need to say something like, I need to take this really slow, like super slow. Because I've been burned in the past, and I really want to see where this goes, but it has to be super slow. Because that my way or the highway energy is not going to help. For caring connections, you have the Fool and the Knight of Swords. So ready to take that risk, ready to make that commitment, ready to say what needs to be said. I feel like it pulls on your ego a little bit. But you've been watching for a while. You've been watching this person, this situation for a while. And it has created some pain with the speed that you're building this. And I think you may assume it's created pain for the other party, but it's created pain for you too. And that might be where your deception is, because you are not seeing that the energy wants it to move forward. The energy wants it to be established. The energy wants it to move to some calmer waters. But because you are feeling conflicted within, you're creating conflict without. And I do see you learning through this transformation. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. The Star card is here. Definitely deep transformation on both sides. Mostly on your side around what relationships look like, how relationships are built, things that are your responsibility in relationships compared to what is the responsibility of the other party. Clarify the Garden and the Gate for Cancer, please. Lots of love in this connection. And like I said, if it's not a love connection, you feel a strong spiritual connection to a job, a situation. A lot of self-care involved here. Like, things are so good. Things are so good, you don't know. It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. I think I already said that. Lots of love, self-care, more love. When you feel like something is too good to be true in January, let's focus just on now, because I don't want it to be like a blanket statement for every situation. When you feel like something is too good to be true in January, it's okay to pull back. It's okay to take time to call a friend, call a therapist, call someone you really trust, take a bath, read a book, go to bed early, take a day off, take some time to yourself, paint a picture, go to the movies by yourself, take yourself on a date. Like, it's okay to pull back just a little bit. And I think that will help you get some perspective on what is actually too good to be true and what is this, just good. I feel like this is just good. And I don't want your fears to overrun you, because I see some self-sabotage energy in here. And again, that energy of my way or the highway. So we don't want to put ultimatums on people that are really just like there and wanting this. We want to be open about how we feel. We want to communicate that, you know, we want to build something. It just needs to go very slow. And it's okay to still be dominant in the situation. It's okay to still say like, hey, I want it this way. And maybe that's part of the attraction that your partner has, or that the other party has, is that you know what you want, you know what you like, and you're going to go in that direction. Just, I think you're being a little hard on yourself because it's taken so long. And you feel like it should have happened faster. There is some serious heartache attached to possibly a child. Like the child feels split. The child feels like it has to go somewhere it doesn't want to go. I'm going to move away from that message. There's a real energy of strength here with putting the work in and trying to focus on yourself. Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Empress, 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands. Just beautiful energy. You know, feeling like you're finally arriving in this commitment, whatever this commitment is. Communicating with your higher self, communicating with the divine. The gratitude is showing up. Yep. You're starting a new cycle that you weren't expecting, around just real happiness in your home, real stability. So leave your comfort zone. Be open. Be honest. Be willing to be vulnerable, right? It's okay that you want things done a certain way. Just, you know. Well, it was lovely chatting with you, Cancer. I cannot wait until we do this again. I will see you soon.